Milwaukee Public Television is proud to present Next Avenue, Community Conversations. Next Avenue brings baby boomers and beyond smart, useful information and compelling perspectives. Our goal is simple: to provide provocative information that makes your life more meaningful and enjoyable. This program is made possible in part by funding from our good friends at the Helen Bader Foundation. On this episode, a community conversation about living and learning, second chances, second careers, and new beginnings for the next chapter of your life. We are coming to you from the facilities of HeartLove Place in Milwaukee. Now here's your host, Mark Segrist.
And it's great to have you with us, folks. Good evening. You know, life is often very unpredictable. That's what living and learning is really all about, because today's diversion, hobby, weekend interest could, quite frankly, become tomorrow's livelihood for many of us. Acquired knowledge and experience are building blocks for the future. That's certainly true when it comes to many fields, professional fields, but among them food and service, the culinary arts in general, is certainly the case. Our guests tonight know that very well. They know it firsthand because they've all survived, pardon me, the heat of the kitchen, but that's true. And it's a little warm on stage tonight because it's summer, but that's okay. We'd like to welcome members of our outstanding panel. Alamelu Vairavan, of course, is the popular host of Healthful Indian Flavors on Milwaukee Public Television. We're also joined by Drew Niedercorn. He is an accomplished chef and instructor at the ProStart Culinary Enterprise here at HeartLove Place in Milwaukee. Sandy Carter is with us as well. She turned to HeartLove Place a while back when choosing a new career path of her own, as did Mr. James Woods, and he certainly can give us some special insight about the benefit of learning new skills here as well. And your specialty, sir, is brisket. We're going to be talking about that, I'll tell you. Thank you so much for all of you joining us. Alamelu, help us understand now, your transition involved pursuing a new path after years as a healthcare administrator. How did that transition come about?
Well, I was working in the healthcare facility and I really loved it very much. And I worked for about 20 years, 25 years in healthcare facility as a director for health information management, a graduate of UWM. And that was my first job in the healthcare facility. And while I was working there, my responsibilities expanded to do the rounds in the dining room to see that the residents are happy with the meals that is being served.
Yes.
So I used to do the rounds and I used to talk to the residents. And soon I found out that they were not that thrilled or happy with the way the institutional food was. And I quite agree with them too, because it was really not fresh foods or anything. It's like bringing foods from a company and putting it in the oven and warming it up and serving to the residents. And couple of times I have done several programs in the facility, and the residents used to tell me, Alamelu, stop working in the office, now go to the kitchen and train the chefs.
Oh, that's a compliment. So the wheels started turning.
Yeah, and also while I was working, I also published 2 cookbooks and it was published by New York Publisher.
That's wonderful.
And when I came from India, I did not know any cooking at all. I couldn't even make a cup of coffee or tea. So it was all first-hand experience. So you know what America can do to you.
Well, so when did you decide, well, how did that transition come about?
Okay, what happened was, while I was working, I was also doing a lot of community programs in schools and in hospital outreach programs. And I tried to change the institutional food for better so the seniors can enjoy the food that is being served. But it was very hard because the menu come from the corporate office, and we have to stick to that menu. So I couldn't really do anything with the food being served. And so I came home really unhappy, and I was talking to my husband saying, this really bothers me because I work in a beautiful private premier care facility. The foods are not what the residents like, and it started bothering me and even affected my sleep. So he said, Alamelu, it's time for you to quit your job. So that's what I did. Before I quit my job, I thought about it for 2 months. Is this right? And something inside me, there was an urge saying, yes, go on. And so what I did was I gave my resignation letter. On the day when I gave the resignation letter, I very well remember coming to the office and sitting down thinking, oh my God, what did I do? What am I going to do now? At that time, a phone call came. My husband said, did you give your resignation letter? I said, yes. And he said, you have an important phone call. I said, important phone call? Who's calling me? He said, a reporter from USA Today wants to talk to you about your cookbooks. So immediately, Mark, I knew it was my calling.
And one thing, you know, it's interesting because it all sort of happened at once. I mean, you already started writing about food.
Yes.
But the reason for your transition was you found a mission. I mean, you were making that transition for a purpose.
Right.
That healthy food can also be very attractive, very tasty.
Right.
And gourmet food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very inexpensive, fresh foods, and if the budget is only $2 a plate, I told them I can make a meal for $1 a plate. Let me get into the kitchen
and you really meant
show
that.
you.
I mean, you do not have to spend an arm and a leg to prepare fine food, attractive food, healthy food, tasty food. Mm-hmm. But it takes some planning and it takes some creativity.
Yes, it takes some planning, and I have worked with some hospitals, Milwaukee Art Museum, and Milwaukee Club chefs, and when they worked with me, they said, oh my God, when we have an event, we have to spend so much money, and here you come with all these fresh foods and spices. It is so economical, and it's so wonderful. We can all stick to our budget, they said.
I would love to learn more about how you took the next steps in breaking in as a television presenter. And believe me, I appreciate what discipline it takes to talk to your audience at the same time. You're taking time cues and preparing a wonderful meal on camera, and you are very gifted. We love your show.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love your show.
Thank you.
Drew Niedercorn is also very gifted, and he started off rolling up his sleeves and working for his mother and father at their diner in Waukesha.
Yes, sir.
I take it you didn't start as head chef. You probably had an entry-level position.
There was a lot of sweeping and mopping and cleaning the bathrooms and washing dishes.
Now, we laugh about that, but that's part of the culinary arts discipline and tradition, is it not? I mean, you purposely.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I agree with that. And I think that the people who start out in those positions and work their way up, they wind up with the best experience and the best knowledge because they know all aspects of the business.
What did you learn working for your mother and father?
You know, working for my mother and father, I got a good work ethic. You know, my dad, he's kind of a taskmaster. He made me work, and I learned how to work, and it's what made me successful.
What did he teach you? What did he emphasize?
You know, he taught me a lot about timing. Timing is really important in food service.
Timing or multitasking, or are they one and the same?
They're kind of related.
Okay.
You know, being able to know how long it takes a grilled cheese to cook so that you can cook the fries so they're all ready at the same time to serve it. You know, that's timing, but that's also multitasking.
James is shaking his head. You know, you jump in. You know that really well. I mean, let me help us appreciate, James. As a student in a culinary arts program like this, and you're in the kitchen and the fire's going and they're using knives and there's personalities and you really are trying to time everything out. How do you do that? Do you have to overthink it or do you react?
No, you don't overthink anything. You have to stick with you have to have a plan. And with different personalities in that kitchen, you really have to have a plan. So, like different personalities, different cultures, different languages. People, everybody don't speak English, so you have to,
So there's a richness, there's a cultural richness in the kitchen. Yeah. But how did you get involved in the program, the Pro Start to Job Readiness program?
I enjoy cooking for the family. And I've seen this program because I stay right up the block from it.
Yes.
So I came in one day and I said, let me sign up for this and find something to do. And I wanted to learn more about the culinary arts.
Yes.
And I came in and met Drew and got down to business.
Now, you were on the threshold of retirement here. You worked all your life.
Yeah.
Worked all your life.
4 years.
And primarily in what types of walks of life? What types of career?
I've been a machine operator, cosmetologist, a butcher, and basically a home caregiver. That's what I retired from.
Yes, sir.
So I said, well, let me find something else to do. And like I said, I enjoy cooking. I want to learn more about the culinary arts, how to prepare meals, and just and just jump right off into it.
What was your first day like here? I mean, you were already a pretty good cook. You were cooking for your family. Your family loved your food.
First day here I was scared because
what were you afraid of?
Opening up a book again. I've been out of school for over 40-some years.
And you went back.
Yeah. So I had to go back and learn all over again.
I want to learn more about that. Sandy Carter, you were working at a particular career and job in the Milwaukee area for something like 20 years?
Yes, in property management, renting apartments, cleaning apartments, basically cleaning the grounds, the properties, and all that. And
you had perfected your skills. You knew what you're doing. You're doing it for 2 decades. You were in a comfort level, and then all of a sudden,
owner comes in and says, the economy is bad. We have to let a couple people go, and they start from the top, which was me.
We've all been there, Sandy. It's crushing, isn't it? It's
crushing. And I thought they start from the bottom. They don't start from the top down. Yeah. And I was the top person.
What did you do?
Got depressed a little bit. Got myself up and said, you know what, I got to pick myself up. I got to move forward on with life because I have grandkids and a husband that needs me. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go back to school. And I did. And what happened was I went in my sister's office. She's cute and pretty. They kept her.
I was just going to say good looks must run with her.
Yeah, they kept her, though. She's still managing. And there was a brochure from HeartLove on her desk.
Yes.
And I said, oh, that might be interesting. I didn't really believe it because it had a price that was too outrageous for me, really I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
So I said, okay. I called and I didn't get an answer. Then Miss Lori, the wonderful receptionist, is she a receptionist? Mm-hmm. She's a receptionist here, yes, was very loving and caring. When I walked in, there was such a Christian-based atmosphere for me that I was like, wow, this is just awesome. Then I came into class and Miss Yuna said, this is what you need to pay. I couldn't believe it. I almost fell on the floor. So I said, okay, I paid it. And then I met Chef Drew. And the first day he said, he mentioned a word that I use every day now, which is life. Yes. Life issues are going to be here for you. Yes. And I'll support you. I'm going to be a mentor. And he has been that every day, every since.
He was there for us.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
So I think he should be commended for that because he's an excellent man.
There for us.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I want to go back this way to Alamelu. You told me that, I mean, working in the kitchen was not at the top of your agenda. You were involved in doing other things. You enjoyed other things.
Actually, no. Cooking was just at home. I just cooked at home, that's all. But I worked in the healthcare facility in an office environment. But when the cookbook got published, I went into schools, community centers to promote healthful cooking. So I had a side interest besides working in the healthcare facility.
Yes.
And then when I saw the food and the residents, I have a special affinity for the seniors. And when I saw them not eating properly and all that, it started bothering me. So I decided maybe since I cannot make a change from within, maybe when I go into the community, I can promote healthful cooking to kids, teens, adults, seniors, whoever, so.
But Alamelu, you must have done a tremendous amount of research, let alone having to teach yourself the ways of the kitchen. I mean, you researched the healthful aspect of what you're
I
presenting.
worked with a lot of registered dietitians. That was a big bonus for me in the healthcare facility.
So you went to the experts.
Yes. I did talk with them. Actually, my second book with the recipes have a nutritional analysis done by registered dietitians. And I have done programs with registered dietitians in the community. But all the cooking that I did was, I was never in a big kitchen. It was usually only in my home kitchen. But I went out into the community to promote healthful cooking. That is, bring the good vegetables and let's cook it with spices, legumes, which is healthful, and let's reduce the salt and butter and cream. And that was my message, actually. And I really felt that was really a gift. And when my mother came from India to visit us here, she couldn't believe. She said, she came without even knowing how to make a cup of coffee. Now she's teaching.
It's kind of a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. When did it become a passion?
It became a passion, actually, soon after my first cookbook was published. My New York publisher called me and said, Alamelu, do you want to be on national television? I said, oh, national television? Why not? And they flew me to Philadelphia to appear on Discovery Channel.
Yes.
On a show called Home Matters.
Yes.
And I had no idea about television. I just went in and decided to go with the flow. And then, again, what happened was everybody said it was very good on television. So I said, oh, that's nice. And then when I came back and I was working in the facility, national PBS. There is a show called Readiness Vegetarian Table.
Yes.
And she looked at my book and she sent an email to me saying, I'd like you to appear on my show. I fell off my chair. And I said to my husband, it's like becoming like a new career for me.
So you cut your teeth as a television presenter, as a co-presenter or as a special guest.
Co-presenter.
And when you were at that level, I mean, your mind must have been a sponge. I mean, you must have learned so much about cues, about cooking and time limits, the presentation on camera.
I didn't think about any of those things.
You just went for it.
I just went.
Really?
They just asked me to come, and I just flew to Sacramento, California. That Regina, the host of the show, came and visited with me, and she said, okay, what are we cooking? I said, we are going to cook bell pepper tomato rice with cashews, and we are going to make green beans with split peas, ginger, and coconut, otherwise known as Green Bay Packers Purial, I told her. She said, sounds good, Alamelu. I will send you the car. You come to the studio.
Wow.
So it was all one take, and when it was done, the foods were displayed. And of course, I did say in television, this is called Green Bay Packers Purial. And when the show was over, my husband said, well, Alamelu, you are in California and you're from Wisconsin, rooting for Brewers. Watch it, they're going to cut that segment. And they did.
They did. Well, they never said media was fair.
So now with Milwaukee Public Television, I can say all the things about the Brewers and the Packers and UWM and HeartLove Place and everything.
I want to go down the line here again, but I want to learn what it was like for you to just pursue all these different avenues. I mean, some people would say publishing a book itself, a cookbook itself, must have been a challenge. I mean, how do you find a publisher?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get the manuscript to go? Blah, blah. I want to ask you about that in just a moment. But Drew, I mean, you have progressed in your career. You have progressed at many different levels. I mean, cooking for different healthcare organizations. You cook for fine restaurants. You've done catering. You've learned it all. And a lot of it, you learned on the job.
True.
How challenging is that, and how does one have to pursue that kind of career with an open mind? I mean, what does it take?
You know, I would say for me, and this is just my personal story, that I didn't have the option to go to culinary school. And I said at 12 years old, I'm going to be a chef. And so I did it. I got into the business. I took all the home ec cooking courses that my high school offered. I I got a job as, through the co-op program at a caterer, working there. And eventually I just kept moving up into different positions, learning all the different roles, starting out in the dishwasher, the busser, the salad, the pantry, working over to the hotline, eventually, managing, being like a kitchen manager. And I worked my way up, in these different restaurants. And then I started moving into different areas of food service. Family-owned pizza places, corporate hotels, corporate restaurants, country clubs. I worked for a hospital. I worked for a long-term care facility. I worked at a lot of different types of food service organizations, and it really helped expand my culinary knowledge. And more importantly, I would say it also helped my understanding of food service and food service management as well.
What was the most challenging level to grasp? What was that like?
For me, the most challenging level for me to understand, and I would say that almost anybody who was in my class would agree to this, the financial end of the culinary
chefs are really held to the fire when it comes to budget, right?
The budget, the costing, the purchasing, the inventorying, everything. That takes a long time to learn unless you learn it in a formal institution.
Yeah. Well, do they start, do you start learning rather basic stuff? Do you start with a daily budget, then a weekly, then a monthly, or?
The first chef who actually ever talked to me about budget, he threw down a huge stack of papers and he said, "This is the P&L." He said, "This is it. I want you to read this and tell me what you think." Yeah. And I looked at it, and it was like 200 pages of numbers.
Oh, dear.
I had no idea what anything meant.
Now, so it's not, you're judged on your talent in terms of food preparation, presentation, whatever, but you're also judged on your budget and keeping to your budget.
Right, and this is the thing people don't realize about being a chef. A chef is a manager of the business. Mm-hmm. The chef is responsible for the costs of the business.
Front and back end.
Yeah. Sandy, take us to your first day here at the program. You walked in?
I walked in,
you put on your kitchen attire?
Okay. Met Chef Drew.
First thing you learned?
First thing I learned was that you must have the passion. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the passion for cooking, you shouldn't be in culinary.
Did you have it?
I had it.
You did?
Chef Drew proved to me that I had it. And everyone in that classroom, he proved to them in their minds and heart that they had the passion and that they would make it.
Now, this is a 4-month program. Right? 4-month program?
Yeah. 20 weeks.
Give or take.
20 weeks.
20 weeks.
Okay. Do they start easy, or does Chef Drew really throw it at you?
It's thrown at you.
Really?
Yes.
Especially the last part of it is really crammed into you.
Because, is there an effort to try to make you quit? Is it that tough? Is it a little bit like boot camp?
A little. When you see those 2 books that hits you, that's boot camp.
So
what cookbooks?
Yeah, and you're learning in a group setting, but there's some individual instruction as well.
Oh yes.
So what is the first stuff that is thrown at you? What is the first week, the first month like?
Sanitation.
Sanitation.
Yes.
It starts with that.
Yes.
It gets back to the dishwashing thing. Yeah. And you roll up your sleeves. Mm-hmm. Why is sanitation so important?
Because that's what can start the viruses and bacteria and foodborne illnesses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that, then you shouldn't be cooking.
Yeah. Exactly.
Temperatures and all that matter, where to place food. Actually, on the Serve Safe test that I took, number 1 question was that, and I stayed on that question 20 minutes. The first one.
Yeah.
I saw students getting up, leaving out. I was like, oh boy, maybe I wasn't in the right class.
Yeah.
Because that Food Safe Serve test.
Leaving scared her.
Yes, I saw James leave out of class, and I was like,
but you came back.
No, after the test, he left. Before me, and I was like, okay, I thought I did a little better than James on school books and learning stuff. We both haven't been in school for a while, so we kind of stuck together and came friends.
Is there a lot of camaraderie in a kitchen, or is there competition, especially at the student level when you're both learning and you're both trying to land a job once you graduate? How much competition is there in the class, James?
It's really not competition. We try to look after each other. Mm-hmm. If one of our students see me trying to make a mistake, they'll nudge me away. You're not supposed to do this and do this. We try to keep everybody in order. Mm. Yeah, we do the best we can.
What was the hardest thing for you to learn aside from you said the budgeting was just, I mean, you just had to practically be an accountant, but aside from that, in terms of the preparation, the creativity, the presentation?
Yeah, that's the presentation. The cooking and the presentation is very important. You know, you got the taste have to be there. You know, you can't over season. You know, your presentation really has to be there. You know, when you present that plate in front of your patron, it has to be there. During the process,
during the 4-month process, what was the most rewarding day for you?
Passing my Save Serve test. That was on the first go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I was very proud of myself.
And Sandy, how have you evolved? Oh, first of all, before I go to you, Sandy, now you have some hopes and dreams. You want to do something with this degree that you've learned, that you've earned. What would you like to do with it, sir? Because I mean, you can retire if you want to, but you want to do this.
Like I said, enjoy cooking. If possible, I'd like to start my own business, like smoking meat. Like I said, I like to smoke food and deep fry. And if I can do that, I have it going on there.
Okay, now we were enjoying the fact that you're pretty good at brisket preparation. How have you evolved in just making that one dish, that one presentation? How have you evolved since you did it on your own and now that you've had formal instruction? How do you change your approach?
I've learned to season my meat more better, keep it on the smoker longer. Chef, he taught me a lot how to do that also. So it's coming along pretty good.
Right. And your hopes and dreams, you're already contributing as a chef to a congregational meal, daily meal, right? Tell us about that, Sandy.
Yes, I attend Lamb of God Baptist Church, and we have a small kitchen there, and we serve, right this week we have Vacation Bible School. We're serving over 200 children, and they're learning the process of not just cooking or eating, they're learning things about the Bible. But back to the cooking process, we prepare 100 meals for them every night.
Wow. Wow.
And then they get a snack to go home on the bus that brings them to our church.
And eventually, I mean, you're thinking about going into business with your husband, right?
Yes.
He's already a chef.
Yes, he's a cook. I go call him a chef.
Oh, excuse me. You're a chef, your husband's a cook. There's a difference. Whoa.
He's a cook. And
I hope he's not in the audience.
Yeah, he has.
Well, you do have the chef's hat, so I mean, I'm not going to.
We're certified.
Yeah.
Drew, what do you look for in a potential chef? How do you know that someone has it when they walk into your classroom?
You know, I want my people coming into the classroom to be motivated. You know, I'm willing to work with anybody as long as they're willing to work.
And be on time.
Well, be on time is key.
That's it.
You know, be on time. But that's just classroom rules around the world, you know, being on time. You know, but for me, the thing is that, you know, I also want my individuals to be actually individual. You know, I don't want them to conform to be me. I want them to be themselves and take what they know and what they do and do it better. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I want them to do.
An accomplished chef is really a reflection of his or her previous experiences. I mean, you really reflect the approach and philosophies of numerous chefs who have tutored you.
Mm-hmm. You know, I do agree with that. I would say that a chef is kind of a conglomeration of everybody he's learned from. But you take all of that learning and you put it out in a format all your own. You know, I'm a very creative person, and I couldn't work in a position that I wasn't able to be creative in.
Now, Alamelu, when you launched your new career, you had already started publishing gourmet cookbooks, but now you're a television presenter, you're giving lectures, you're really zeroing on nutrition. So you not only took a step towards a new career, you're really involved in a multifaceted aspect of food service presentation. How do you balance your time? And how do you put aside your fears just to go for it?
A big support is from family and a great encouragement from my husband. Even when I did not know how to cook when I came to America as a young bride, I couldn't even make a cup of coffee. But when I learned how to cook and served meals to my husband, he kept saying, Alamelu, you're becoming a good cook. You're becoming a good cook. So I started believing in it. So it was a lot of encouragement and support. Even when I came to America too, I was only 18, and he's the one who said I should go to UWM to get my education. I said, I'm all married. I don't want to go to school.
Right.
He said, your education is just starting. So that big support is the one that was pushing me forward.
Isn't that a wonderful statement, though? Your education, that's true with all of us,
right.
no matter where we are in life.
Yes.
Our education is really just starting.
Yes. And at UWM, I did take a couple of public speaking classes, and it was very nerve-wracking, and it was like about 80 people in the class, and the professor, Dr. McAfee, she was very tough, and she would ask us to come and stand in the podium and say, why are we here, and what do we hope to learn? And I remember 2 students in front of me came to the stage and ran away, and I was the 3rd one. But it was a great learning experience, and that public speaking also helped me to do a lot of presentations in the public for corporations. I do a lot of wellness programs, corporate team building events, and all that. So feel really good, and I think a lot of that comes from the inner drive, wanting to learn and wanting to promote healthful cooking, because in our country we have a lot of obesity and diabetes, and no matter where, what paper, newspaper, magazine we open, they say how we should bring America to eat healthy, and I feel that is, and in India, I come from South India, where only vegetables, a lot of vegetarians are there.
Really stressed.
And you can take any vegetable and within 5-10 minutes make an amazing vegetable dish, you know. So I think growing up in India and eating scrumptious food 3 meals a day and having this nurturing experience with mom and dad, and coming here and with the husband like KV,
yes.
You know, encouraging me, I thought like, gee gosh, maybe I can do this, I can learn, I can promote. So also when I moved to Whitefish Bay, my next door neighbor was Dr. Patricia Marquardt.
Yes.
And she came to the window, then to the door and to the kitchen saying, teach me how to cook eggplant, okra. The smell is just amazing. I can smell it at the end of the block. So it was Pat, she is still a professor at Marquette University in the classical languages. I taught her, but the following day she would bring the dish to me and say, Alamelu, tell me, did I prepare the dish very well? I was totally surprised. So our friendship was formed for 10 years. I am a student raising 2 kids without the thought of cookbook or anything, and our friendship with Pat was Pat and Bill. Bill was an attorney, and that was growing, and they became like an uncle and aunt. And then after my studies, I told my husband, now what? He said, Alamelu, you're becoming a good cook. Now you have to write your recipes. I said, oh really? Then he said, Pat is a classical languages professor, and let's ask Pat if she would like to team up with you. And when I asked Pat, she was thrilled. Well, I will cook and she will see and she will write exactly. When she writes, she beats Hallmark cards.
Yes. Yes.
So it was a friendship. It was aromas, friendship, and cookbook. That's what happened.
You opened up all the senses.
Right, and it naturally evolved. I did not go to culinary school, although I love being in the culinary institution. It's amazing. I don't know anything about baking and other stuff, so I have to come here and learn. So it's just everyday cooking, that's it. And we put these recipes together, we mailed it out to, we wanted to, always I like to think big, and we sent it to New York and California, and many said this is a very good project, but we don't have funds. Finally, a New York publisher said, we will publish it. And he sent us that contract.
And how many
the
publishers
check.
did you?
I have one publisher in New York.
No, I mean, before you were accepted for your first book, how many publishers did you propose the book to?
I mean, I sent it out to many publishers around the country, mostly in East Coast and West Coast.
And you didn't give up.
And I didn't give up. And many of them said it's a very exciting, important project because it teaches people how to cook with various vegetables and lean meats, all enhanced with spices and legumes. But we don't have the money. And John Wiley, the New York publisher, a major publisher, was really interested. And they talked to me saying, now you have your recipes, why don't you do it like a travelogue? And Pat said, travelogue, Alamelu, you came from India at the age of 18. Now to go there and write about everything, that takes too much time. So we said no to New York publisher John Wiley.
And you still
and we just waited. And I told my husband, oh, we didn't hear from the publisher. He said, no news is good news.
No news is good
Be
news.
patient. Yeah. And then we came back from India, and there was an envelope with a contract and a check for me and Pat.
Good for you.
So Pat and I published actually 4 cookbooks here in the United States, and I published one in India. And now I am very thankful to Milwaukee Public Television because they knew what I was doing, and they had me do my own television cooking series. And when Milwaukee Public Television produced that show that aired in Wisconsin, and it was picked up on its own. Later, I know Ellis told me that it is picked up by PBS Create. So
Wonderful.
Now I'm the television shows around the country, and the biggest happiness to me comes from the viewers from New York, New Jersey, Texas, of all the places, Texas, I have a big fan there, and Houston, Florida, and they said they really like, and they said, please keep this coming, Alamelu.
And I think what's great is that you're not shy.
No, not at all.
I would love to get the audience involved.
Yeah.
And Allison, you have a question. Yes, ma'am.
I do have a question. Thank you. First of all, I admire you. I think you're all so brave to take on a new career, and you're all so successful, and thank you for talking today. Drew, I have a question. Can you tell us a little bit about what is the curriculum of ProStart? What exactly do people have to learn? What do you teach them in 20 odd weeks?
So the curriculum of ProStart is a curriculum written by the National Restaurant Association. So it's got some serious backing to it. It's got some people who are professionals writing the curriculum. It's very in-depth. It covers everything from the history of food service down through the mother sauces and baking and roasting and sauteing and all the different techniques of cooking. The thing is, it's a really great curriculum to bring in because there's actually books. We read, we learn the information, we supplement with hands-on. One of the things that I really firmly believe in is for adult learners that we have really engaging activities, okay? Because, I mean, you guys wouldn't want to sit around for 20 weeks and read out of a book. That just bores everybody to death. So we have really engaging activities. I break them up into groups. We do different team things. We do real-life activities. A couple times this past semester, we actually had, live hands-on activities where we've actually sold food that we were making. People would come in and place orders for omelets or, different kinds of things that we do. And it's just to help give the education of what it's really like in food service.
And many of your students are making great sacrifices, financial and otherwise, to come here and to learn this art.
It's true. It's a 20-week program, and I always have an orientation before the program.
Yeah.
And I let people know this is school. This isn't, hey, come on in, and we're gonna make a cheesecake. This is school. This is 20 weeks, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's a pretty big commitment, and I have people that are, I've had people that left the culinary program from Chicago to come take this program. I've had people that...
That's a compliment.
Yeah, definitely.
You bet.
I've had people that have quit their jobs to come and take this program. People that are having their kids at a babysitter so they can come take the program.
Wonderful. And I think, do we have another question? I think possibly do. Yes, sir.
Hi, good evening. Thanks all of you again. I have a question for the students relative to what you were most afraid of when you first walked into the program.
The challenge. I was just opening up a book again, starting school, going back to school. That was a challenge for me. But I conquered it. I got over my fears of, opening up a book, reading in public again. Some of the words I couldn't even pronounce, but I got them together now. That was a challenge for me.
And how real was that? I mean, did you, because, for example, in my profession, there are technical things that one has to grasp. And there are some times when I'm going, boy, I hope I get this.
Yeah.
I mean, did you have moments like that in the course where, boy, am I going to feel silly if I just don't grasp this?
Quite a few.
Well, but how do you get past that?
I had to, because the students in the class, most of them were young, and I was old enough to be the grandfather, even the father. So I said, I can't let this beat me.
Really?
Yeah. I cannot do this. I can't let you young kids outdo me. And I had to do it. I started off slow, but I ended up good.
But which meant a lot of late nights at your house going through your material for the next day, right?
Yeah. And that was difficult too, because I wasn't used to that. Yeah. But I had to put my mind to that, and I got over and conquered it.
Sandy, how did you, as a student and as one who's switched careers, how did you stay focused, and how did you overcome perhaps some natural fears of, ooh, I'm going off on something different here?
Yes, for me it was the knives and the slicer. I was like, oh gosh, I think it was like 2 or 3 of us that stood back, and Chef observed us like, oh boy, they're afraid of those knives.
Give them a knife.
So James, being a butcher, became our butcher in class. We'd hand our knives to James, and he'd handle it for us. Even though we overcame the fearness of the knives and the slicer, one day I just said, oh, you know what, I'm going to slice, and I did. So that was a challenge for me. And James was like, you got it. That was his word to us.
Sandy just touched on something interesting. A good instructor sometimes steps back and when it's working, lets it work, right? I mean, you embrace that with other students stepping up and helping?
Right. Well, the thing for me is, like I said, everybody's an individual. Everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. And I oftentimes could pair them in groups where somebody might have been stronger in one area with somebody who wasn't so strong, just to make the group work so that that person can learn, from another person as well. It's almost like double teaching. I'm teaching them and they're learning from one of their classmates.
Why is it sometimes that it works better to have a classmate explain it than a teacher? Is it because classmates tend to be more direct?
I don't know. I think I was pretty direct in class. I think that they could probably attest to that. But I just feel that, it's a different personal relationship.
Yeah. And we have another question, and in the audience, Ellis, yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to ask Sandy a question. You had mentioned to Mark that you were thinking about doing having your own restaurant or
I want to open Carter's Cozy Cafe.
Well, that sounds great. It's such a big goal. And I wanted to find out how far along the way you are to researching that goal, to achieving that goal. What are you going to do to make that happen? Or
I'm planning to attend UWM to get further my culinary skills and training, and then also go into the business aspect of HeartLove has a program here where if you start your business in this community, there's a agency that will help you. Oh. And through the financing, the monies, and budgeting, and the building in this area.
It has to be in this area.
In this neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So that's a goal for me.
Oh, absolutely. What's it like on a personal level? You're wearing the image in your shirt and your chef's hats. You're wearing the image of a very accomplished trade, a very accomplished art. Not everyone can be called chef. Yeah. What's it like sitting up here representing a very valued profession in our society?
I'm very proud to be up here representing HeartLove. And like I said, I graduated from the course, and I plan on, my daughter just opened a restaurant in Seattle. And since I've passed my safe surf and everything, I'm going to go over there and help her run her business.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, that's really good. That's wonderful. What's the best day you ever had, whether it was publishing, Alamelu, or
being in the community with people? I have to tell you, when I was in the farmers market in South Shore, there were a lot of veterans there too. I took a variety of eggplants and I showed them the vegetable and asked them to name the vegetable. They said, "What is this, zucchini?" I said, no, it's eggplant. And then they had a little tent, and so I cooked very quickly an eggplant dish, and everyone got a taste of it. And people coming and saying that very quickly, the dish is prepared and it is very healthy, was very rewarding to me, connecting with people in the community. And I remember fondly one young mother with the children was standing when I was doing the presentation. She loved what I did. I did a rice and an eggplant dish. She bought the book and she went home. And I came home with my assistant, and after an hour and a half, our doorbell rang. My husband said, "Are you expecting anyone?" I said, "No." And we opened, and it was this young woman who was in the farmers market in front of me, standing and watching. She said that eggplant was amazing. That rice was very good, and I have your book and the spices. I made it, and I want you to try it. This all happened within an hour and a half. So I was
not to be confused with fast food.
I was so thrilled, and I said, "Look at this! Isn't this a magical moment?"
It is.
So I had a lot of magical moments like that when I was in the community, and I was also sent to Whitefish Bay.
But magical moments don't just happen.
What?
I mean, all magical moments don't just happen. You folks all love what you do.
Yes.
And you love people.
Yes.
And you're smiling, and you feel a great deal of satisfaction in the paths that you. I mean, magical moments, yeah, they do happen when you let go. But you're party to that magical moment by the attitude that you bring to that moment,
yeah.
Are you not?
Yeah, that could be. And I was with the 5-year-olds in Whitefish Bay High School. Not high school, I mean in the kindergarten. It was food week. They said, "Alamelu, come and do a presentation to the kids." I said, "Okay, where are you sending me?" "To 5-year-old kindergarten." I said, "What?" I said, "Okay, fine. I am a firm believer that you have to start kids from early age to eat variety of good, healthy foods."
Can I share a little information with you? Ellis is sitting there. They love it when you appeal to that younger audience, because that just means they're coming up.
Right, exactly.
You did it right.
Yes.
We have a question in the back. Yes, sir.
Yes, so I'm from South India.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are.
But South India is made up of at least 4 or 5 states, right? Mm-hmm. And so what is limiting relative to making authentic South Indian food readily available in Milwaukee? Can it be done by teaming up between you and the training center here, so that there is more restaurants that could cater to more specific food from specific regions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Drew, would you like to respond to that?
So
in a general way, yeah.
So my understanding is the question is if Alamelu could team up with us here at HeartLove to train people, to teach South Indian style cooking. Yeah. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
I think
we could make that
there's
happen.
definitely a place for that. I mean, HeartLove, shoots for the Harambe community. Mm-hmm. We support the people in this community, mm-hmm. but really Harambe is also here, for Milwaukee, mm-hmm. for people. Mm-hmm. And if there's something that HeartLove can provide, and we have the means to do it, we mm-hmm. definitely want to do it, and we would love to do that.
I would love to team up with you guys.
Let's do it.
Because you're all professional chefs. I'm not. I'm just a home cook promoting healthful cooking in the community. So yeah, that would be fun. Fantastic. That would be fun.
And you touched on something too that's so important. I mean, you are doing this in the Harambe neighborhood for a purpose. There's a need here, mm-hmm. and if Harambe succeeds, Milwaukee succeeds, right? Yes. And you're making that happen.
That's what we believe. Yeah. We definitely try to give our community the most that we can.
Absolutely. Okay, we have another question. Yes, Mr. Huxema. Tim, can I just acknowledge the fact Tim and Jan Huxema are longtime benefactors of this program here, longtime civic leaders in the community, and it's just a joy to have you both in the audience.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mark. We're very proud of the work that HeartLove Place does, and thank you all for your great insights tonight. Just a question for Chef Drew. You've been a chef, a very experienced chef at many, many places. You could be a head chef any place you want. What is your motivation for being at HeartLove and teaching the culinary arts program?
You know, I love that question, and I was actually asked that question by Viola Rembert, our executive director. And I told her that I have been a chef, and I've done that, and I love that. And growing through the business, I love the hustle and the bustle and the go and all the things that happen in the kitchen. I love the heat and the fire, and oh my God, we just served 1,000 people tonight. I love that. You know, but at this point in my career, you know, I also have things that I'm transitioning to. You know, I have a family, I have a daughter with special needs, and for me, you know, it's more about being recognized for what I can give rather than what I can do. And I'm getting a lot of fulfillment personally from being able to share my experience with other people.
You know, James, you were agreeing when Drew was just saying, you were shaking your head when James was just saying the joy in feeding a room full of people with fine presentation, fine food, healthy food. Why is the gift of presenting food, preparing and presenting food to either loved ones or to guests so satisfying? What is it about food?
Food is a whole, everybody loves food. That would bring people together. It makes you feel good.
It's the gathering, isn't it?
That's what it is. That's what it is. And I enjoy cooking for people, and I like when they say, oh, this tastes so good. That makes me feel good.
But just present, and this gets to the heart of your mission, Alamelu. Sharing food with the community is rewarding itself, but sharing a dish that is healthful, that is nutrition, that is good, that makes us better physically. That's where the added satisfaction comes into play, does it not?
Exactly. Yeah, cooking is love. And when you prepare the food and serve that to your loved ones, or family members, or to the community, you can give any gifts you want, but when the food is cooked and served, they will be remembered forever. And my mantra is health is wealth. So yeah, there is so many amazing foods that are available here, but you know, as we all age, it is very important to have that good health as we all age. And that's what I'm doing, you know, health is wealth. So
and as we age, our appetite and our nutritional needs do change, do they not?
Right, yes. As we all age, we need to consume less food, okay, more vegetables, more fruits, and that sort of thing. And so it's really amazing for me. And also cooking with spices and legumes are wonderful, and there is so many research that points out all the intrinsic health benefits of spices. And so that's what I'm teaching in the public. Cook with spices, legumes, cook with fresh foods, and see what happens. And I am transforming vegetable haters to vegetable lovers.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Just don't take away my bakery, please. Man, there's nothing like a cup of coffee in the morning with that.
Glazed donut, huh?
I'm a blueberry muffin guy.
Okay. Muffins are good too.
Yes, we have a question. Yes, ma'am.
For Alamelu. You mentioned that in our nation there's a lot of people that have diabetes and heart disease. And I know that people are trying to avoid, you know, having to take more and more medication. So I was wondering, in your research, if you found any spices or herbs that may help people in their body to be able to deal with these things as they make other changes in their lives.
Definitely. Spices have intrinsic health benefits. There is a book written by one Dr. Bharat Agarwal from MD Anderson Cancer Care Center. It's called Healing Spices, and that book is available in Amazon. And when you open that book, you will be totally amazed that each and every spice, it's anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory, aids in digestion, and it makes the food very tasty and healthy without the added butter and salt. And if one person have a heart disease or any kind of cardiac problems, the doctor tells us to reduce the salt. And when you use the spices, you wouldn't even miss the salt. So if you are interested, you could, I have the book. I can lend it here and you can borrow and see. Yeah.
The one entree, Chef Drew, that you're still trying to perfect?
You know, I'll be honest, the one entree is not even an entree. I love the Mexican culture.
Yes, absolutely.
And I worked for a community center in Waukesha called La Casa de Esperanza.
Yes.
And I just, for some reason, I cannot make tortillas. I try and I try and I try and I just can't get it right.
And why is that so challenging? I mean, what is the...
You know, it's like, I don't know why it's so challenging. It's frustrating to me that I can't seem to get it right. You know, I guess if I had to sit and make them every single day, I would probably get really good at it. You know, but I don't do that.
Okay, now Sandy, you've been exposed to all different kinds of entrees and foods, but you know, when it's just you in the kitchen and it's a Saturday and you're feeling hungry for lunch, what do you throw in the oven?
In the oven?
Or on top of the oven, what do you make for yourself, for your own enjoyment?
For me, I love a regular cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich. Good grilled cheese sandwich.
Good grilled cheese sandwich.
Good grilled sandwich.
But I also add bacon with it.
That's good. That's good.
That's why I love that special.
That's the flavor. Mr. Woods? I mean, when you're alone, I mean, nope, and you're not doing anything fancy. It's just, you know, for a little TV watching.
I don't call it fancy. I like it me a chicken in a bag, put it in the oven,
Beautiful.
roast it up.
It's always the bag. It's bagged with pies, farmer's market. What's with the bag?
It roasts better in a regular brown paper bag.
Oh.
Very good.
Oh, I
Put it in a
have to
brown
learn
paper
that.
bag, stick it in the oven.
He brought that to class.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
James, Sandy, Chef Drew, Alamelu, you were wonderful, weren't they?
Thank you.
They were wonderful.
Thank you.
Coming up, thank you so much. And to our fine hosts here at HeartLove Place Ministries here in the heart of the city in Harambe neighborhood. On our next community conversation, you won't want to miss it. Most interesting thing, did you know that horses, yes, Mr. Red had something going for him we didn't appreciate. We thought he was just a comic. But horses are very important when it comes to therapy, to human therapy. They are riding horses for therapy is very instrumental. We'll explain more about that when we visit a very special place on the next community conversation. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Mark Segrist. Have a great evening, everyone.